Muchachos.
Chachos.
The hottest cop on the force.
You never taken a shortcut before?
Just got a new partner. From the makers of Shaun of the Dead.
Get us back to the station, now!
Get ready.
I'm gonna bust this thing wide open.
For hot crime.
What else you got, Crockett and Tubby?
Skip marks.
Hot action.
That was brilliant.
And hot heat.
Don't worry, he knows what he's doing.
Hot Fuzz.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
Attack the Autobot commander! Call in an Decepticon later!
Transformers, more than meets the eye.
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
Well, it seems I've done it. Hopefully, this does not collapse. It's nearly done.
I'm sorry.
It never gets old, does it? It never gets old.
God. I tried not to laugh, but God help me.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. Hope your Tuesday is going well. Talk Hard Tuesday is here. Boy, it is how I start my week. Everything revolves around when I can get to Tuesday and can kick things off with this wonderful panel with all of you folks out there. Another fun one this week, boy. I tell you what, Hot Fuzz is a blast. If you've never seen this, it might be one you need to check out for sure. So, yeah, with me, guys. I'm so excited to be able to hang out with everyone. Squeeka Mouse, how are you, lady? What's going on?
Doing great. It's Tuesday. It's the best day of the week. So yeah, and I got to watch a fun movie. This movie was I want to watch it again so bad. It was so hilarious. I wish I had more of the action movie references that it references, but I haven't seen any of the ones that they talk about in the movie, and I'm sure that would make it way better. But even without that, oh my gosh, I love this movie.
Yeah, I think they spoon feed you enough of the reference to kind of get it and enjoy it. But if you see those movies, you'll be like laughing even more so next time. But that's what makes a movie like this great. Is each time you watch it, you'll pick up on more stuff, especially the setups and callbacks that are in there's stuff early in the movie that they come all the way around to at the end of the movie. So yeah, it's definitely one that has aged exceedingly well. And Loki told us backstage, you saw this before you even saw Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah. This was the first movie that I saw with them too. And of course, this is like kind of like a trilogy, a director's trilogy, because there's three of these movies. There's Shaun of the Dead, there's Hot Fuzz, and then there's At World's End, which is absolutely positively an awesome movie. All three of them are great movies. So these movies kind of made Simon Pegg.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised. Nick Frost had some legs from all of this a little bit, and there's a couple other movies and projects that they did together as well. They're just not as connected and interwoven together as much as this one is with it. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Glad you're doing well, man. Ironcaster brother, what is going on?
Man, I have survived the deep freeze. It has been cold here. Like the wind feels at times like it's kind of blowing right through the house. I'll be going to work
again now.
It is 0 degrees going into work today. I'm pulling up. I go stop at the gas station, get my drink, and you know what? There's still guys out here in a t-shirt and shorts. I looked at him. It is 0.
Wow.
I could not believe this. There is all. It's one of the things you don't believe it when people say there's always gonna be a guy in shorts in like the coldest of weather. It's real.
We always thought it was you, so we're actually a little confused by this
no.
entire conversation. I always thought it was Ironcaster. Right? Loki, don't you? Like, don't you always like he goes out with the parka and stuff, so his family and his mom won't say anything. No one ever has bothered little 9-year-old Ironcaster, and the next thing you know, he's out there in the street playing street hockey with like a t-shirt on or something. Like that's what I always envisioned.
I always thought his first name was Bjorn. You know, Bjorn Ironcaster.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I thought the exact same thing for you to be out there in a tank top or something playing hockey or some shit.
No, see, like all the warmth is like built up because I don't like the cold, but at the same time I do. So like I have the beard to keep my neck warm. I have the extra layers on. I will wear pajama pants under my jeans just to go outside.
I want a picture.
Sorry, like and cold should never be in the same sentence.
I want a picture of him wet, so it has all the ice in it. So he's like Frosty Caster. I want to see that picture. It should be a shirt.
I have beard antifreeze.
Yeah, we talked about that briefly. I don't totally get that either. Like that's just beyond my scope.
Real product.
So, well, let's say hey to this wonderful chat. Amazing folks out there hanging with us. Snorty, of course, kicking the door in, letting us know where to go. Great to see you, brother. Was hope you're doing all right. Penny's out there. Hey to her. This lovely mouse is making her presence known. So great to have Squeeka here, of course, every week.
Should she be down there and be up here too? What the hell's going on?
Magic of the internet, my friend. Magic of the internet.
Well, you know, it's one of the things where you never just have one mouse.
Did
Can't you just be in two places at
called
once?
a mischief? That's the collective name of a group of mice. It's a mischief.
Seems appropriate and on brand for us, doesn't it? All right. Hail to you, Claude. Hope you're doing okay. I want to say hello to everyone. And Scott Westbrook chiming in, man. I mean, that's incredible, Scott. Thank you so much. He's just been so great. Got that little Shiba Inu clapping for me. That's great. $5. Thank you, man. Thank you, Scott. Be safe out there, brother. And stay warm, man. Stay warm.
Skull, brother.
I know, Snorty. You can mock us all you want. I get it. Florida and Texans are representing, man. I will tell you what to say.
Not not all of us have 1,000 pounds of blubber.
Yeah, I'm a
bears are big. They have all that blubber. We don't have all that. Well, not most of us anyway.
No, in North Carolina anymore. I don't know where the snow line is. I think we're expecting some ice in Florida, but not snow where I am. So we'll see. It's going to be worse for us Thursday into Friday. So I don't know. I have to check. It keeps moving the timeline for us. Beard's here. Speaking of beards, how you doing, brother? I'm doing all right. I'm going to have Beard with me soon. We're going to talk about the Prestige and get back on schedule with doing my first time watches and my Friday Pops cast. We'll get all that stuff rolling back up again here. So I know. Just don't hate us. Don't hate us.
Oh no, I've been disowned. Oh,
better the cold. At least you can stay warm. You can bundle if it's cold. You can't do that when it's hot.
You could always put on an extra layer.
Indeed. Before we get to the show, I'm going to tease. So the last 30 minutes or so of the show, we'll get to this. So this just happened. I came literally from getting hay and running errands with Mrs. Pops, picking up some different things for the farm and stuff we need. And she saw this, and I said, all right, Ironcaster is always the one who's sending me Dr. Pepper references. I mean, it's just insane. It's insane how many things I get, and I don't do them. So this one I'm going to do on air tonight. I've never drank this before. She found this literally just moments ago. Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero.
Nope.
So
I've seen that. Oh, I haven't
know. I'm gonna have it.
I
didn't know they made it zero.
I'll drink it. I will open it and drink some here with you guys on air. She took a drink and then wouldn't tell me what it was like. She said, "No, I want to."
Because it's going to taste like butt.
We'll see. So I told her that I will message her that we're doing this.
How do you know?
Because somebody told me that new Coca-Cola Orange Dream drink was great. I got one of those. Tasted like complete ass. So I was like,
I don't want my Coke and a creamsicle mixed together. It's not my problem. I don't do well with mixing of flavors and stuff like that. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's get to some of it. I tell you what, man, I just had such a fun time with this movie. I totally agree with everything everybody's saying. Great little film. We'll just kind of give you a quick little synopsis if you've never seen this, folks. Simon Pegg.
Angel.
the die-hard sort of black, everything's black and white, excels at everything through school set up in London. He's the one making all the arrests, making everybody look bad, and then they basically kind of pull an old switcheroo on him, and they say, no, we're just going to relocate you. We're just basically going to force you to change and head out to some little remote town where there is no crime in the country. And he's lost his girl, and all he has is this piece of lily plant and his things. And I tell you what, man, the opening sequence is so well done and fun, choreographed well. It's engaging. I just loved everything about it. So I don't know who wants to start and jump in, man. I just loved it.
I confess, for the whole first part of this movie, when they're going through all the things he's done and his accomplishments, because of Shaun of the Dead, I was waiting for him to like have this scene where he woke up and none of this was true, and he was just some blasé kind of run-of-the-mill horrible cop. I was waiting for the wake-up scene. So the whole "we're transferring you" part completely took me by surprise. I was like, wait, that's legit. Oh, he is that good. I'm like, oh, this movie's going to take a complete turn for me because I was not ready for that to be serious.
It's one of these things that really stands out to me, just how well Simon Pegg is to kind of reorient himself, and you could just lean into it. You could buy that, he is this badass cop who's, better than bad.
Someone held his hand, because I want to tell you something. The Notebook thing, if you've ever worked in corrections, if you've ever worked in law enforcement, when the guy pulls out that notepad, everyone's dynamic changes. And I had a buddy that did that at work every single night. Anytime anything happened, boop, the notepad went open and he started writing in it, and that drove people absolutely insane. Those little things in this movie that you pick up on that you're like, who the hell did they talk to? Who did they go to? Did they go to real cops? They had to go to somebody, because they do this extraordinarily well.
Yeah, so I had to look it up a little bit for myself as well to try to figure out like what was the strategy. And he says, look, the Shaun of the Dead was him just being him. He basically said, we had to research this. So he and the director Edgar Wright went on, they went on the car rides. They actually had gone to a domestic disturbance call. There was a lot of research that kind of went into this, a lot of note taking, if you will, and the care and the attention that's given for police officers, I think, really comes through. I think it's one of the nice, charming elements about this film for sure, and I really couldn't agree more. So
there's a lot of little things I really appreciate, and just every little element of it that they've been putting into the utmost care with. The way you have all these, we make sure we keep cutting to all these tight little bits where we got to make sure we see all of the paperwork every time someone gets arrested. We are putting all these details down. We're going to make sure we get all the mugshots, all this stuff lined up. It doesn't hesitate to show off all the less glamorous stuff, but at the same time, it makes it kind of exciting, even though it's just filing out paperwork.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, and it really does lend itself to not mocking like British police officers, right? Because like, let's face it, the Bobby is sort of like a joke in cinema, right? I don't know Loki. I couldn't think of really of a British cop besides like obviously the James Bond spy espionage universe, where like the most police officers, it's stop or I'll say stop again. It's just there's no they don't have guns. They don't it's just everything about it's a cliche gag. Whereas this I thought was actually a great little setup for, all right, let's put this fish in a completely bizarre foreign area and let's see what actually happens.
Yeah, cops and robbers, and hell, the British people made fun of the British police department. Why do you think we know about it? Why do you think we know the knit bobbies and all this stuff, and the hats, the stupid tall little hats, and that we think look absolutely ridiculous? And just the chase music. You guys,
right,
they
Benny
made
Hill.
fun of Benny Hill. They made fun of them themselves, and of course we see that, we laugh our asses off. So yeah, and there's really not a lot of that in here.
One of the things I can't help but immediately notice, and with this shot here in particular, it's because this shot comes by, you blink and you miss it. you see all the SWAT team equipment, and
And tactical gear. Yeah.
it's collecting dust. There's literally cobwebs
Yes,
covering it
yeah.
all.
And the little hedgehogs that are in it, that was a good that was a good touch. The little hedgehogs. I'm like, yes, it's not rats, it's hedgehogs.
Yeah, and they just do such a great job of sort of like just setting you up with just a great foil. So Nick Frost gets to play a straight guy in this, and he has this great sort of like heartfelt arc on how he gets there, and looking for a role model. He wants to be a good. He wants to be a good guy. So the heart is never lost or confused or anything like that. So I think it just, I don't know. I thought that the dynamic in this one, in some ways, was because it was played more serious with a lot more heart than even Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead was more like birthed out of just the two loser friends and then trying to figure out how that will kind of unpack itself during an apocalyptic situation. This one was a little bit different heartstring, which I have to give him credit for trying something different like that, for sure.
Well, especially the part with the plant where he was like, "You really got me a plant," and he's like, "Yeah, I really got you a plant." I was like, "Aw."
Yeah. Stop, or I'll have to be quite cross with you. Yes, indeed.
Now it's meme and I'll arrest you. We'll do first time morning raids on your flats and arrest you for memeing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Shots. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, so I loved all of this. I loved how it kind of just navigates through rather quickly. Like you said, Ironcaster just I hit the wrong button. Let me mess that up here. Go back to this. There we go. Just great setup for everything before we kind of get to. There is like a little bit of a twist. Oh wait, by the way, it is a great little perfect town. They don't have crime because, and then you have just a little thing that's going to kind of play out here. But before we get there, we have to have like, again, it paints the police badly. What did I do there? Oh, that was weird.
Apparently, we just like this picture.
I don't know why I did that. Remove the layer, and we'll put it back. And I'll put it back. All right. The fact that the dopey police stuff is done, it's a setup early on with all the other cast members, right? The person that's in charge, and then there's the twins, and then there's this the one police officer that you can't understand, and there's the woman. All they do is make jokes, and I don't know. I think that we talk a lot. Squeeka, you always love like the cast of characters pieces when that's done well. This one had to be a delight for you.
Oh, it was magical. Like I loved some of them. I kind of recognize, but I don't know actors' names and things like that. But they fit so perfectly. That little old lady, the little florist lady, the preacher, like they were also the bartenders, the husband and wife team. Like everybody seemed to be like just fit so perfectly. The smarmy, what was his name? The guy that owned the supermarket, but even him, like the bubblegum
I'm a slasher.
the like it was perfect. Like nobody seemed out of place at all.
And this is a movie that absolutely benefits from having watched once or twice, because you start going through it, and once you kind of realize the twist of it, you want to go back and kind of catch all of the setup of just everything that was that builds up into it ultimately. And it like I said, it's one that benefits from that multiple viewings, and you want to go back and see like, oh my gosh, Edgar Wright had such tight editing. All this stuff is set up in the movie, and I didn't realize it the first time through.
Well, some of it you do catch, some of it you don't, and it's not just that. Like I feel like even just some of their personalities and the faces they make and stuff, I feel like you see it early on, but then when you see their true colors towards the end, you're like, wait a minute, didn't they make that face at the beginning? Hold on now, like I this is certainly one of those movies. Like I know I say I want to rewatch all of the movies just because they're so good, but this is one of the ones that I want to go back and watch just over and over again, because I feel like it doesn't matter how many times I watch it, I'm going to see something new and cool every single time.
Like with this guy here in particular, The fact that he was stealing from the store and he was gonna and Angel's ready to arrest him. The problem is it would then affect on the town's criminal like records, like the arrest records, all that, like, and especially days right before all this big reveal of, well, what's gonna be voted for the best little town in England? Well, we can't have this. We can't have this little hoodlum thief. No, it ruins our image. No. We'll send him on his way. Little rap on the knuckles.
And I think this film kind of catches you off guard, right? Like, I mean, Loki, you said you saw this one before Shaun of the Dead, so you weren't even unfamiliar with like their style of filmmaking and gotcha humor. So for me, this is like the perfect example where you still don't even have your finger on where the twists and stuff are going to come from. It totally caught me off guard the first time watching this in the theater. I was like, whoa, wait, this is actually a really, really clever film.
I saw the trailer. It's very similar to the trailer you played at the beginning of the stream. And when I saw him jump over the fences, and then I saw Nick Frost run through the fence, I laughed my ass off, and I couldn't stop laughing. So I was like, I've got to see this movie. And like you, I went to see it in theater, and I couldn't get enough of it. It's great. I've watched it at least once or twice a year since then. So it's a come back around movie once or twice a year for me.
And it works because you have this like kind of 2 or 3-fold twist to it, where you have the hardened big city London cop who's then sent off to the quaint little village where the most pressing issues are. A local swan got out.
Oh, we'll get to the swan. We'll get to the swan for sure. This is the other part. That's the old guy. He has all the armament, right? This scene, man. This guy. Oh, it's gold. It's just gold. Yes, exactly. Got to bring the guy who doesn't speak anything clear to translate. Oh, so just every little thing was so clever and so good.
Well, he's got the same accent that he does. He's got the same draw. It's like, well, Southern versus Northern, but for them it's a lot more pronounced. If you heard some French Canadians, some French Cajun, the Canadian Cajuns down in like Louisiana, some of them talk like that. They're living by a day. And you're like, what in the hell did he just say? Well, if you're used to hearing that and the way they talk, then you get it. If you're not, then you're like, that just sounded like gibberish. It's just they got their own twang. Well, so do the British farmers. They're out in the middle of BFE that, live with the sheep. They got their own twang too.
And I think they kind of set you up, right, Squeeka? Because they give you like these superficial gags, like with this couple and the whole Shakespeare thing, and just like they give you all that setup where it's like it seems like it's going to be more on the nose with their humor and the gags and what he's going to go through. And I think that's kind of at least my first impression was.
Yeah, I mean, there were some, and I guess because I did see Shaun of the Dead first, like I was waiting for some more of that, like just in the minute punchy kind of humor, and there was so much like really slow setup, and then you're like, oh, I get it, where he's like taking the notes and writing down what the guy says, and then they get back in the car and he's explaining to his partner like, oh yeah, this is keep this notepad, and they laugh a little, and then it comes back to what they said in the car and what they did in the car when they have their accident. I'm sorry, their collision, in the car. I love this scene. I loved his little notepad drawings. Oh, that was my favorite.
Yeah, it was so good. That was so good.
Yeah, in a lot of ways to show you that like this place they keep setting up that show that this place is so idealistic that it's okay for the cops to be like completely incompetent and they have nothing better to do than to doodle all day. Right. So at this point, we still have this ultimate buildup of, oh, this place is so great, so innocent. You're wondering like, how do we have this, like, what are we gonna do with this top cop, this total badass hombre? Like, how is he going to come into having that? Where's that second act gonna finally start? Where are we gonna get the intrigue?
He's going to save them from the living statue. That's what I got.
Yep. Right.
Well, let's say be up to our balls and jugglers.
Gypsies.
Yeah. The gypsies. That's a good reference. That's a good reference for sure. So yeah, the first like sketchy accident kind of brings him into sort of like then they do these great cinematic shots that are like he's always contemplating, and they will call it out later like, oh, you've got your London brain where everything is a crime on every single street corner. Out here we don't have those things. It's just an accident, and it's a weird accident, and it's an extreme accident that obviously the director went out of its way of like, hey, let's show you a couple of heads in the road to show you how extreme it is before we get like this smarmy guy, James Bond here going by and going, hey.
I loved how his music was always on point. That made me laugh every time.
Yep.
I was like, yes. And it's such a good setup because you're like, oh, I know who it is now. Like, it's so good.
Yep.
Yeah, and everything is being set up, so you're being led to you're being led along with what to think in a lot of ways, just like how kind of the whole village is set up to like, oh, just go back. It's in a dream. It's don't worry too much. As you're being set up to here, likewise, to kind of think like, oh, this is a very simple plot. We're gonna get this, perfectly explained, only to ultimately realize, no, it's actually a lot more of a dumb reason for why this is all happening.
It was
Well, how many times? Sorry, go ahead, Squeeka.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just saying it was an accident, that's all.
I was just gonna say, how many times do you have like the main villain come up to you in a movie and go, "I'm this, arrest me"? I mean, he runs right up to Nick. I'm a slasher. For grocery prices, right? I'm prices. But he stops. He knows what he's doing. He's like, I'm gonna tell him right away. I'm the villain. I'm the bad guy. What are you gonna do about it, copper? It's brilliant and it's ballsy, and it's exactly what he should have done. The smart. Look at that grin. That is the biggest shit eating. I'm the fucking bad guy grin. Sorry for the F bomb, but I think I've ever seen. Look at that.
Well, the
man knows what he is. Go ahead.
Was hearing you say prior to this, I'm a slasher, arrest me. So that line happened, and I was ready for it. I'm like, yeah, but then I didn't know about the price thing, and like the rest of it. So I was like, yes, he made it even better because I wasn't expecting the pricing. I was like, oh yeah, this is that line, and I'm like, I saw this. Oh my god, the prices. So you saying that line, it was actually funny because you saying that line ahead of time actually made that whole little scene way funnier for me.
This is
we have to go back just 1 second to give Sonority his due, because this is great. Juggle them their balls.
Right, we'll be up to our balls and jugglers.
Oh yes, I'm with you. So
I was just gonna add, like, that's a grin that I make when I manage to get a movie by you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, this is a little Ironcaster face whenever he got. We should do a face swap. I'll have to download that image. Ironcaster got Squeeka to watch, plug in the movie that she just recently was like, oh dear Lord, why am I sitting through this? Or yes, go back.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter was the one for her.
Bad CGI shark is next.
No,
we've done that. We bought the T-shirt. We're not doing that again.
We've done that a couple times now. We're down 2 on those.
The actual movie called.
Oh, I'm well aware because I have a short that I clipped of you talking about it, and one of the creators of the movie commented on that short. So we've reached the pinnacle. It's all downhill from there. Let's just be honest. Let's let it lie. DJ Ronnie G is changing the subject. Here we go.
You say
we worked close with Ironcaster to make this movie called Bad Sea, and you just know, okay, if Ironcaster had anything to do with it, I am out. That is going to be the most cheesy B grade. No.
You say that, but we did get Shark Side of the Moon to retweet us.
It's true. But we also have like the entire like Tremors fan club in love with us. So let's not get, so their bonding continues to unpack. I think I love that very much. And this is what Squeeka was talking about earlier with the movie references of Point Break and Bad Boys 2, 2 films that she hasn't seen. But the references will age very well for you, Squeeka, I assure you.
And look behind him, okay? This is a collection any one of us would be proud of. What does that tell you? They did their homework. This guy is a movie nut. He's a movie buff. He loves action. He loves cop movies. He loves all of that. So when you're sitting there saying, well, he's a little idealistic and this and that, that's because of all those movies and all those cop movies, which is most likely why he's there in the first place.
Well,
He's
there's no
dreaming of
crime,
it.
so what else is he gonna do? I mean,
He's dreaming of that sort of like life of what Simon Pegg's character, what Angel was doing in London. And here he's trapped in this little small town where his dad's in charge. So he can't really leave for London because of all that. So
We've got to catch the swan first.
oh yeah. We got to solve the big crime in town. Here's
The swan's escaped.
like the, anything else you'd like to add? It's a swan. Like,
Speaking of England,
Mr.
See you,
Pete
Juice, here.
Ian.
P.S. Taker, piss taker.
Yes. Iron Age is here as well. Such an amazing cast. I know, it's just a fun film, man. Love it so much. And I hadn't really watched it a lot until last year, and I watched all three of them after Shaun of the Dead, and I was like, yeah, we got to put Hot Fuzz right on the list. I don't usually stay true to Ironcaster's rolling index there because some things do get bumped around, but this one was like, no, we will definitely work that in within the next few months. I knew Squeeka would have a good time with this one. I'm interested about At World's End because I think this is where we will have the interesting perspective on that because we'll work it into the mix probably in the late summer, early fall. Is probably what we'll do At World's End, wrap up the trilogy for sure.
Of the three, that's the one I've not seen.
Oh, even better.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
All right. All right.
No,
Very good. I think the film just kind of starts unpacking itself well. As there are these bizarre, suspicious accidents, if you will, continue to happen, continue to put him in, bad light and bad scenarios one after another. I don't have a shot of the vase on the dude's head, like the not the vase, the
church piece.
the church,
my god!
Yeah, it's like on his head, and there's blood. I mean, it's so over the top, beautifully shot.
I expected it to squish him, not that, not that.
Just kind of split him down the middle.
Oh my god! I can't even see it again.
Wow, I'm surprised we don't get demonetized for that.
Asking ye shall receive.
Right now, YouTube's sitting there going, "What did you do?"
Mm-hmm.
Alarm bells are going off at Google.
I mean, this is up there with like the time I showed the monkey brain.
Monkey brain.
Yeah, monkey brains. We didn't get demonetized from a monkey. We didn't have any issues with that one. So on we go. On we go.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's still wearing the silly cowboy hat and he's got that covered up with the little liner.
Right. Yeah. Right. Oh, you won't catch that the first time, maybe, but.
Oh, and the monkey. I love the monkey in this scene. The little wet monkey.
Yeah, a lot of love for it to CFG for sure. Yeah, don't try catching swan. Yeah, swans and geese. We had a goose, and he was great for a couple of years until he matured. And let's just say when he matured, he got mean and aggressive. He had to go. He grabbed onto. He bonded to me for some reason for a while. He bit Mrs. Pops, and let's just say we didn't eat him, but there was talks. There was talks. There was talks. So, no, I love it. I love the heartfelt elements in the film, and then it starts to kind of really get into what's really going on here. The audience is going to actually kind of get let in on what's going to go before we get into the crazy action final act for sure. Let's see. Let's go back to Ironcaster's screen. What I loved about it was it just become like the first time watching it is sort of like that Scooby-Doo on steroids feeling. Like I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, the stabbing through the neck. Oh, she just fell on it. The accident conversation in this sequence is freaking nuts.
She fell on her pruning shears.
Yeah.
And she's like, and so bless her heart, and so rest their soul,
Yes.
and so bless their heart. And I'm like, God rest them both. Like, she was just like, every time she said a name, I was like, babe.
Yeah, it was great. And then the realization, the Cornetto reference. There you go. The ice cream. Yeah, and their bond is indeed. It makes it work so well. This has a great chemistry on camera for sure. It works so good. So, yeah, love it. I love that the transition happens very quickly, and before you know it, we're into a few twists and turns. We end up in full action mode for the last third act, and it is just a blast to be a part of this shenanigan. Yeah, we can get there. More. Oh yeah, that's right. The first phase is, he's really behind it, and he's like, no, I wasn't in two places at once. I can't be in two places at once. You're just being silly. And yeah,
all the buildup, and it is a fantastic setup buildup where it's just all the pieces line up, and it's easy enough to track. And you're like, yeah, this all makes sense. And then we get those little nuggets in there that make you think like, wait, how did he run so fast? And you're like, oh, it's because he's a fun runner. And you're like,
yeah. And really, the first time watching, I wonder what Squeeka thought, because my first time watching, I kept thinking, well, he really is the bad guy. They can't get anything on him. He's manipulating the whole town for some sort of real estate deal or whatever, right? And then you feel like it's going to be Nick Frost's character that's going to be the linchpin. He's going to be the actual police officer who figures out the mystery. And instead, it's way more complicated and way funnier and sillier than I expected. I loved it. You're a fun runner. What is happening?
Yeah, I had a feeling like for this part, I was like, oh, they're going to say it's him and it's going to be something different. Like you watch, he's got some alibi or it was somebody else, but I didn't see it being the collective that it was. It was still at this point to me, it was, yes, he was in charge of all the shenanigans, but it was him and like a couple minions. It wasn't, I did not see coming the end of the movie at all whatsoever. I was like, wait.
You were right about the minions though. Yarp.
Yarp. Yarp.
Yarp. Yarp. Yarp.
Yarp is great.
Yarp.
Even in the Twitter group thread, someone did a great GIF of Yarp. It was great. It made me laugh. But yeah, the roundtable stuff caught me off guard too, Squeeka. I was totally with you.
For the greater good.
The greater good.
Stop doing that. I think it's great. It's so good. Like you said,
they got all the little walkies in front of them. Like it's so cute.
They're the over tyrannical neighborhood watch, the HOA, the whatever it is.
NWA.
Yeah. Oh, they're all of that combined, and they're horrible. And they're murderers too. A lot more sinister.
They were just happy little accidents. They were just accidents. Look.
The Karen's watch.
Yeah,
definitely the Karen's watch. Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, goes out and finds a white horse and strolls into town like a boss. You're like, what on earth? It's like, there's Karen. A Karen. Yeah.
And all of it's set up, and everything up to this point was all the buildup. Yep. Like down to, where's he going to get the armory? Well, they found it from a guy on a farm.
The farmer. Yep.
By the power of Grayskull.
And I love the small, like even the tiniest things, like where it was, and I'm not talking about like the sword that the guy uses at the end is at the beginning. I mean, like even when they're like talking and he's like, "You fancy a drink at the pub?" Like he's like, "Do you want to go down to the shop?" Where they're talking about where they're gonna go after these people next, but they do it like their normal conversation, their day-to-day conversation, and I love that setup of. You know, fancy pop around to the shop, and then they're going after the shop lady, and then do you want to go to the pub? And then they go to the pub and attack and target them. Like I loved how it was just conversational, and they kind of just rolled through it. And then I also loved his like 80-point turn in the middle of town, but that was just me.
Yeah, every little nuance starts to get paid off now. Like with all the little things, all the little character things, all the little stuff that you kind of think you caught, you will now get on your rewatch because it all comes to fruition. And then it fulfills itself with this incredible action, especially 80s and 90s movies cliches. it's over the top, and it is a grand final 20 minutes or so that just, I don't know. That's a great watch, man. It is just a great watch. It's so much fun. Shenanigans afoot.
I loved him in his trench coat. Yes.
And that's the shot where he kicks the wife, jumps over the thing, kicks the wife.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a brilliant shot. Oh my gosh, it just makes me just laugh out loud. It's just
we cut back to them, like her nose is broken, and she's just scowling at him.
Yep.
No more than 2 kids at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic because like every one of these characters here are the people you would never think would be in some big action, gunfighting shootout. Like, no, the old lady who drives by on her bicycle, like Ethel, like, oh, she couldn't harm a fly. You don't realize she's packing a couple of little, 9mm, little 22s.
Yeah, it was done so well, and each time I watch it, I'm always picking up on more little pieces and nuance, especially in that first half of the film with the setups and stuff. And the fact that Angel's taking everybody out without killing them, like just little things to bring them in. So it's almost like the T2 rule of like, bring them in, but don't kill them. So, before we culminate with the grocery store scene, it's so good. Oh man, I had such a blast. Squeeka, you had to actually laugh out loud at all this kind of stuff. It had to be just
I
constantly
laughed
over the
the
top.
whole time. I was like, the whole time from like just the start of the movie, even like especially like the shopping scene. I like the scene where they like going after the butchers and they get the little row of the little shopping carts and like this scene, like the trap that you see at the very beginning, all of a sudden they use it. Like this whole time of this whole action sequence was just like one thing after another, and there's moments too where it's not just laughing. You're like, it is kind of suspenseful, and you're like, oh, and then something happens, like all of the kids running in the shop or them using the shopping trolleys to take out the butchers. Like, it's nonstop action, but you're also laughing the whole time.
Yep. It was a perfect balance. And I have to be honest, I'm always amazed at how much fun I'm having on the rewatch. It doesn't really get spoiled. And
it's just bolognese. Like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
But at least now we can tell the Andrews apart.
Yep. And like this, let's catch a fist and then catch a fist again, and just all of it. It's just so good. I don't know, man. I just have such a blast. This was such a great, fun rewatch time. And if you're looking for that kind of laugh or whatever, this is one to definitely consider for sure. Oh, look at this shot. Oh, they're so good.
Those guys, like, they just
an endless supply of cutlery. Yeah.
It's ultimately a movie I can't think of without any sort of real flaw to it. Ultimately, there's everything in this movie is set up like intentional just to get this ultimate payoff of having this big epic action shot. In fact, we even get in there, the organization who's going to come to to decide who wins. Like, they show up, and you see the banner right behind them fall as like the cars go racing by. Like, oh, guess they're not winning.
Yeah, I agree that there's such a great payoff for all of that. But like I said, just the fun. I don't know. I guess I was so pleasantly surprised on like the rewatch experience of like the 80s, all the cliches, right? Just all the cliches are here. They give you everything you want with the, the over the top action and all the little, other than, and by the end of the movie, he's learned how to have a sense of humor and work in one-liners and stuff. And it was just so rewarding for sure. Yeah.
And some of the action callbacks too, even for his partner character. I don't remember all their names, but like with him shooting the gun up into the air, or like the helicopter fly by, like I mean, like even just to see him get the things that he's talked about throughout the movie, it's kind of rewarding, but it also is really funny.
And
Mm-hmm.
one of those other little things they beckon back to that you almost blink and miss it. Aaron A. Andrews. There was a line from the detectives. Oh, should we just go through the entire phone book and start with Aaron A. Andrews?
Yep, that's the
Sure
kid.
enough, yep, he's in town.
Yep. Yeah, that's the kid. It's so good. And like I said, you won't pick up on some of that kind of stuff. There's also things about like the name of the town means something to why they chose the name of the town, and the way that they, if you remember like the crossword at the beginning of the movie, the whole, hag and fascist thing. There's another callback to that later when they're fighting. So there's just so many of those that just make this film very rewarding. And then, like you said, Squeaka, you were talking about it briefly, was the just this type of stuff where you get the yeah yeah
Like that little kid. My name is Aaron A. Aronson.
and he's gonna get it. And of course the goose is also the hero. I love it.
Yeah.
The goose saves the day too. Yeah. I have to be honest, nothing like a sea mine to make a movie better.
Even that paid off in the end. Although the only thing I could stop to ask is, how did they fit it in the room? That's the only complaint I could make.
Maybe they have like a hidden back door or something they kind of rolled it in through.
They didn't really address the door; they just had it in there. So,
yeah, that's if I had to if I'm digging for any complaints to make about this movie, it's just that one little question. But it's a blink and you miss it, like easy to overlook. Overall, wonderful film.
Mm-hmm.
I admit I forgot about this guy at the end, and so when he come blasting out of that room, I was like, "Oh no, he's gonna!" And then he gets to the mine. I was like, "That's perfect. I'm ready. It's perfect."
Yeah, there's some great moments, and it was a lot of fun. Solid stuff. Let's just squeeze in some kind of like analysis and scores and stuff. Ironcaster, what are your thoughts?
So, Hot Fuzz is ultimately a homage and a love letter to all of these great action movies that came before it. The comedy is well done. It keeps you kind of guessing with where the plot is ultimately going to go, and nothing really comes truly out of left field. Everything feels so set up, and everything pays off in the end. It's a super tight film, and there's so much to appreciate from those little details. This is up there. Like, I can't think of, again, aside from the mine, I can't think of any issues with this film. This is arguably at 10. And I've been very reluctant to give those out. Like, from so many perspectives, this is one of those films that I keep going back to. I cannot recommend strong enough. This is the 5-star film.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Squeaka, it's the first time for you though. So what was your thoughts and takeaways as far as like trying to evaluate? I know you want to watch it again, which is obviously the best thing that you can come away with for sure. So,
I mean, even without knowing the movie references and having seen it the first time, like, and not getting like all of the tiny tidbits. Oh, I agree 100%. It's 5 out of 5. Like, it's just, this is now one of my top 5 movies. Like, I love this movie. It is just from start to finish. It's got like those, oh my gosh, what's happening? Oh, ha 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 moments. Like it's suspenseful, but it's funny. There's a lot of callbacks and tie-ins. I love the editing of it. I love the character interplay, like where Angel's character says something and then his partner has to repeat it, a little bit later, and it's like a callback, but it's more serious, because he says it, but it's also kind of funny sounding. Like, there's just so many nuances to this film. And it's just, I loved it. Like, I laughed a lot, and I mean, yeah, it was just amazing. I'm so glad I watched it, and I wish I'd watched it sooner, because it's definitely one of those ones when I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna just plop it on and watch it again.
Yeah, I really do agree. I think that it just it's served itself up very, very well, and I would think that kind of as a film, I'm probably going to lean into like the 4 out of 5, like so solid, rewatchable, great film. As a comedy and its rewatchability, I have to be honest, Ironcaster, I'm at least going 4.5 out of 5. I'm at least going to the 9. I'm hard pressed. It's near perfection because it's just as you watch it again and again, you're picking up on so many more things. I mean, you'll see the trivia. You're like, Peter Jackson is the Santa in the stabbing shot with the knife, and it's like Kate Blanchett is the girlfriend behind the mask. Like, wait, so and what are these references to? Yeah, and I think as the uber nerds that are in us that love that kind of stuff, we get even more down the rabbit hole, and that doesn't happen very often. So this tends to just 4 is low for me. Like it literally the rewatchability. This is a boost for me. I and even more so than Shaun of the Dead in some ways. Like Shaun of the Dead has sort of a little bit more of a drag in some ways to it than this even does. This is even more because even when it's slower, it's all about setup and payoff. It's all about setup and payoff, even when it's being slow. So
this is the film. I think this is the. So for myself, this is the better of the two. Like I will rewatch this like 10 times over before I go rewatch Shaun of the Dead. I enjoy that one enough, but I'm not a big zombie guy. That said, this is a movie that absolutely benefits from going back and rewatching it and getting to see all that extra little build up and setup and payoff from having now seen the film, and it works in that way. Whereas it's a movie where you can go from you can kind of see it, then you see it again, you understand it from another perspective.
All right. Before we get to Loki, anybody in chat, you want to throw your scores in there? Give us an idea of what you guys think of this film. Is it how rewatchable is it? Kind of give us an idea because I'd love to hear from you guys as well. So, Loki, my brother, how do you kind of score a film like this? Because it's got a lot of great hold up power for sure.
Well, like what you were talking about, rewatchability. Like I said, I would just once or twice a year. That counts for a lot. If I can rewatch something like that, so yeah, I mean, I'm totally on board with what you said. Give it an 8, give it a 9. Probably leave it closer to a 9 because it's one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. And to add what you were saying about Kate Blanchett, the boyfriend in The Mask is supposed to be Jude Law. So the dude that's like, and yeah, that's Jude Law of all people. You'd never know it because of The Mask and everything. But yeah, who the hell knew that was there?
See, I don't know these people. I feel like I'm missing out because I'm like, who's Jude Law? I mean, I know who Peter Jackson is, but I don't know.
Did you see Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
No, Jude Law's in that. Jude Law's been in a bunch of movies.
I mean, I've heard of Kate Blanchett. I probably know her if I saw her again. Like I've heard her name before, but
Galadriel
in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay, I know her then.
It's one of those things too where I think it lends itself to the fact that everyone wanted to work with Edgar Wright on this, and the experience and the fun of it all, and the British humor, and the just like even in the beginning with Martin Freeman and the mockery of the police station and the cavalier nature of everything. Just all of this had to be just a fun time to create it, and I think that's what kind of bleeds through on film. And that's what we get. Like even these little things that you won't necessarily catch maybe on that first time viewing. I think we're going to watch them again. It's just going to be layers and layers of fun for sure. So yeah, just had a really good time. Really enjoyed this one. It's good. So I'm going to crack open. I'm thirsty, so I got to crack open this Dr. Pepper shenanigans. So let's start with that for a second. You can keep going afterwards, but let me at least get started and see what happens. So here we go.
Oh no.
Got to experience the whole thing.
Oh, here we go. I'm excited.
Very grape smelling.
Ew.
Not a big fan of grape soda, but it smells more like grape. This was blackberry, right? Yeah, blackberry.
Is the Dr. Pepper coming through?
I heard it tastes like cough syrup.
No, it doesn't have any bite like cough syrup. It's fine. It tastes kind of like a Dr. Pepper and grape soda mix. It's actually tasty. It's all right. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of got a grape drink to it, but it's got that Dr. Pepper comes through a little bit.
Ew, blackberry.
Yeah.
If it's anything grapey at all, but
yeah, I'm not a big fan of grape, but it softens the grape, so it's not as bad. Yeah, it's all right. I'm not saying I'm going to go out and buy another big case of them like I buy my regular ones. It's bad. I have a problem. I have a serious drinking problem when it comes to. I don't know why it's not a sponsor. Dr. Pepper, you're totally dropping the ball. I mean, literally. Which, by the way, if anyone's seen this maybe Loki's heard of it at least. I've not seen it. The Landman show on Paramount. This is Tyler Taylor Sheridan show. Billy Bob Thornton plays this oil guy or whatever. It is 100% of them raising money through sponsorship because they have mentioned Dr. Pepper and Michelob Ultra like at least 3 times in the first. I'm only like 3 episodes in. There's been at least 3 references. I'm like, they are clearly getting paid for this stuff. So why can't they be sponsoring Talk Hard, guys? What? Dr. Pepper, what's happening? Just send us some cash. What's going on?
We'll rename him Dr. Popper.
Oh, I have a Dr. Pop's icon. I have to find it so I can pull it up real quick. Yeah.
Of course, you realize now you've got to try the hot Dr. Pepper recipe.
Oh, I mentioned it to her, and I think there was just some debate about making it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
You can revive some of those old commercials, you know? Do like, I'm a popper, you're a popper, he's a popper, she's a popper. Wouldn't you like to be a popper too?
Be a popper.
There's a Dr. Pepper museum here.
Yeah. There's a Christian artist that I really love, David Crowder. He had actually bought and lived in it for a while. He moved to Georgia now, but he was actually the owners of the Dr. Pepper house for a while. So
awesome.
All right, so who drink a beverage that's flavored to taste like the BlackBerry smartphone?
No. Thank you.
We'll see. We'll blend it. BlackBerry smartphone turns into black dust in a blender.
Will it blend? That is the question.
I will say its residual taste is not so hot. Like it's like I'm not very far into it, and I have that taste in my mouth. Like it's you know how you can drink a soda and it doesn't really phase anything. That flavoring is really sticking with me. So I'm not sure how I'm going to like that if I'm eating or trying to drink something else or enjoy something else. But it's not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely not cough syrupy though, because cough syrupy's got that just really harsh bite to it. So it's definitely smooth. So, but if you don't like grape, definitely not be your thing for sure.
Which is weird because it's supposed to be a blackberry, not grape.
Right, but it tastes and kind of has more of a grape between the two flavors together. I lean more, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not amazing. Because she will try all these flavors. She likes like there's a strawberry and something one. She'll try those. I'm more of like, yeah, I don't do change well, especially not for free, as Ironcaster's heard. But yeah, the kids did buy. So anyway, Squeeka probably doesn't know these stories. So I come from a background of radio where they would do these kind of shenanigans on the radio. People would win money by doing all these stupid little bits, right? You know, you can win $200 if you eat this crazy donut or you eat the, whatever, that kind of stuff, right? So the kids would do this with me when I was younger. And the radio people would do it sometimes, and I would participate just to have fun with it. So the only time this happened recently, and my son was mad that I didn't do a video because I did it with my grandson. They got it's flavored drinks, but you can tell what it is. They got me bear piss. Obviously, it's some sort of lemonade type thing, and I hate lemon type stuff. But I was like, but yeah. So I don't do stuff for free. So yeah.
You gotta pay Pops for him to do the grading stuff.
Do it. It's got to be a fundraiser. Yeah, Loki can coordinate the fundraiser and watch me suffer. He'll enjoy that part for sure.
Come on, let's get them dollars in, everybody.
Yeah. What's that?
How much to do the Thanksgiving Jones soda pack?
Thanksgiving Jones soda pack?
No,
I'm not sure I know what's in it. Okay, I'm not allergic to any of it. Am I? I'm sure it's just regular sodas.
It's cane sugar soda. Jones Soda every year puts out like a holiday theme pack of like Thanksgiving dinner.
It's like pumpkin pie and then like a turkey or a stuffing and
yes, and a gravy.
Nope.
I don't know. Loki, what do you think? What's it worth to do that? How many are in the pack?
I think like 4. Let me.
I'm not drinking the whole bottle because if they're nasty, I will drink each one. I mean, I've only gotten this far in this one.
Just a sip. We'll just sip it.
Well, no, I mean, I'll drink a little more than that. I mean, I'll drink this much to make it worth your while. If there's only 4, it's like 10, 12. I'm going to say at least $50. I'll do it for the Jones Thanksgiving ones for sure. So,
all right, here, let me go. This is a bit. This is an older pack.
All right, Ironcaster, show us.
But this is what I was able to find in short notice for you.
All right, read that off to me.
We have
turkey and gravy.
No,
Uh-huh.
no.
Sweet potato.
Ooh, that one's going to be rough.
Dinner roll.
No.
Pea.
Ooh.
No.
And antacid.
Antacid. Oh. I think we're going to go to $75. $75 because of pea and antacid. Oh,
No.
yeah, 75. 75. Right, $75. Let's do it.
You're nicer than me. I would do a flat 100. I'd be like, no.
No. I think we can do it. We can go less than that. We'll go 75. I'll go 75 on that. We'll drink them. I can at least drink down to the neck. At least that much of it. That's about that much for sure.
Can you still get these, Ironcaster?
Oh, I'm looking on Amazon right now.
I'm assuming they all come out regularly. Yeah.
For $27, we can have sweet corn.
No ranch dressing. No. I got no. Hold on. No, I can't. No.
So that's 6 bottles. So that would be like $100. We got $100 for 6. Yeah. I did it with you.
These aren't even the Jones. This is
something else.
Other brands.
Oh yeah. These things are. Trust me, the kids love. I played.
Bean Boozled.
Yeah, Bean Boozled. I played Bean Boozled with my grandson. He was only 3. He was dying to play this game, and I'm like, okay, fine. So my wife filmed it on my phone, and this poor little dude, he kept getting all the nasty ones, one after another. But he has no frame of reference because he's only 3, so they're bad. So he would just do but he wasn't anything obnoxious. And I kept getting the decent ones, so it was really not fair. So I didn't share the video with anybody or anything like that because I felt bad for him. But yeah, he kept I think out of 6, I think he got 4 of the nasty ones. So yeah, Bean Boozled. Yeah, I still have Bean Boozled. It's over on that shelf right over there. I need to load up some new beans and get one of my grandkids to play with me. I'll do it. I don't care. I'm fine. Loki won't do anything. He's no fun in this game. Nope. He's never done.
I'm with Loki. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he's not doing the. I need to send Ironcaster a pack of cards before they're all gone because I did sell a whole bunch of cards, but I have some packs. I have a bunch of Gremlins too at Ironcaster, so maybe I can send you Gremlins too. We need to do a Padawan challenge. We haven't done that forever. We should do that.
Just seeing a soda that says ranch dressing on it is enough to get me to be like, nope.
See, I just realized that I can get. What's it? Does that say pumpkin?
Pumpkin pie.
Yep.
Peanut butter and jelly.
PB&J. Okay, what's the one in the back?
Buffalo
wings.
Ooh, that one's risky. I think I'm gonna go buffalo wings first, then ranch. Get them out of the way. Then go sweet corn. Come on up for peanut butter and jelly. Then go pumpkin and bacon. Yeah, that'd be my cycle there. $100. What do you guys folks? Come on, let's go.
I've seen one that was enchilada sauce too. Kid you not.
No.
Enchilada sauce. Wow.
Okay, so I think if money's on the line, I think we need to go from the best one to the worst one. We gotta save the ranch dressing for the absolute last soda to try.
Oh, okay. All right. When the money comes in, we'll see what happens. Trust me, they are literally walking around. My wife will go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and Ross's and places. She buys her coffee syrup in those places, and they have these food aisles, which is like a bouillabaisse of what they ate. What is F is that? Who eats the? And the kids, if the kids are with us, the kids are like, for the right price, you'd eat this on camera. I'm like, I don't even have that kind of channel anymore. I don't even do that kind of work anymore. They're like, yeah, but your people would love it. I see Loki would love it. I'm not. He'd love to watch me do it, but he's not doing it. Ironcaster lives for it. Ironcaster is sending me examples. Yeah. All right.
It's like, Pops, I give you an ultimatum. You can either drink the cranberry sauce soda and chase it with the ranch dressing, or you can watch Bad CGI Shark.
I'm not watching Bad CGI Shark. That ranch dressing's gone, baby. I'm drinking that's way shorter of painful and suffering than watching Bad CGI Shark. There's no way I'm doing that.
Now, I will point out, I've heard the movie's good.
No.
Yeah, sure you have.
There's
sure you have.
No. Yeah, no, I don't believe you. And even if it is, no, it's not. No, they're lying.
Somewhere
So,
out there is Ironcaster's friends who watch the exact same schlock he does. It's not too bad of a movie. Nuh-uh.
it's just so bad. It's they're just like Cocaine Shark didn't have cocaine or sharks. It was just no. And what was
Why was it called
Thanksgiving-
Cocaine Shark then?
What is? It was insane.
We don't really know why it was called Cocaine Shark because they just did Cocaine Bear, and some film students were like, "We'll just slap Cocaine Shark on it, and that'll be great."
Well, there's cocaine off camera, and there's a CGI made shark that doesn't look like a shark. It was a mess, an absolute mess. So, and Thanksgiving was just like the first 5 seconds are just boobs in my face. I'm like, what? I'm not watching. I've been tricked. I was tricked. Yeah.
You haven't lived until you've seen FDR, American Badass.
Just that title. Oh my god.
It's insane. Tubi's just. I don't understand why I got to this day. You should have a whole playlist, and you should just do a live stream like once a week and just talk about the Tubi shenanigan of the week. It's just insane how much.
200 years from now, he will have acolytes that are like, you've never watched Tubi until you've watched it in the original Ironcast version.
Yeah. Yeah. Here on Talk Hard, though, we're going to watch some good movies. So next week, we're going to watch Westworld. And Squeeka, let us know if you need a link, because that's a harder one to find. It is not really available to stream, I think, anywhere. Then Forbidden Kingdom, which I assert I have never seen. Don't think I've ever seen. Never seen it. No, looked at the trailer or look at the posters. No, haven't seen that one. So I'm excited about that one. Boondock Saints. And then Ninja Turtles. So we got a fun month ahead, folks. Fun month ahead. I'm looking forward to it. I kicked a couple to next year, Ironcaster, if you're checking out the list. So like Rocketeer, it's like an anniversary year next year. I think I moved that one. I moved a few to next year for that reason. I know. Look, DJ Ronnie G, I keep telling him that is literally either the thumbnail or the channel. Like I don't even, yeah, Tubi or not Tubi. And then in parentheses, it sounds better in original Klingon would be great. That's literally the whole channel right there. The thumbnail's done. Like you just need that and then your face and then the movie poster on the other side and then just do a review weekly. And
it's just be holding up a CGI shark head.
No, it's just you holding the poster, having the, yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I do have like the new Sharkcaster image. I don't think I've shared with you guys. Let me see. Let me pull it up while we're chatting. So, Loki, do I get because I have another crazy day tomorrow. Do I get YouTube Talk to get me through?
You do. Indeed, we do. We'll be doing YouTube Talk tomorrow morning. What the hell was I going to name it? I'm not going to name it that. We're not doing that again.
That was fun.
YouTube Talk.
What
the hell did I say I was going to do? No.
That's an inside joke for us. I loved it.
YouTube Talk, it's better than the original Klingon.
Just put to be or not to be.
To be or not to be. That's not a bad idea. So I can tell you what basically the concept of tomorrow is going to be is we've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people out there doing this, and you're going to have people that want to be your best buds, and you're going to have people that want to take advantage of people. And it's, you just be you. Be you. It's the best advice I've ever been able to give is just be you. You don't have to be somebody else. You don't have to be someone, oh my God, they're like totally spectacular. You don't have to, just be you. Be who you are. Bring your A game and be who you are, and you go a long way. So.
I'm just going to bring my M game and call it a day.
The mouse game. The mouse game.
So I had this icon done. Let's pull it up here. Get that. Sharkcaster right there. Right ahead to the theaters for his Sandler summer. There you go.
Summer of Sandler.
It's the summer of Sandler. We're not doing sharks this year. We're not. It's going to be Sandler movies. So 4 Sandler movies in July, not sharks. So maybe Ironcaster and I will do some shark videos separate, but yeah.
Well, and I will pitch the idea to kind of go from the highs to the lows of Adam Sandler's career. Go from something in his early in his career to one of the comedic greats. Then you get into the utter crap of
You can
the
put them in
Sandler
the
stuff.
list, but I'm not watching some of those. Some of them are so bad. I'm not watching Click. I'm not watching Little Nicky. I'm not watching. There's some of them I'm just not watching. I'm not doing it. So,
But we're
the
still
bar
watching
can
Jack
only
and
go
Jill,
so
right?
low, huh?
We're still watching Jack and Jill, right?
I never agreed to Jack. Loki, you didn't agree to
I
Jack
don't.
and Jill.
I don't remember anything about Jack and Jill.
No, I did not agree to Jack and Jill. I'm pretty sure that's not on the list. Not doing that. So, no, I think we can. We can Happy Gilmore and we can Billy Madison. We can probably Waterboy, and then we can decide what the other one will be, or it can be an amalgam of talk about his other works or whatever you want. But when he misses bad, it misses bad, and I don't know that I'm not subjecting myself to some of that.
Oh, see, I'm laughing about this now, but this is me before I have to sit down and sit through the really awful Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, it's rough, and we won't do that to Squeeka. She'll quit. I mean, I'll be honest. She starts having to sit through.
I've only seen 50 First Dates. That's the only thing I can think I can say I've seen.
Yeah, that's an okay Adam Sandler movie. It's at least sweet. He and Drew Barrymore had nice little chemistry. It was a fine movie. It wasn't awful. No, these are other ones I'm mentioning. It's brutal. It's brutal bad.
Here, Mr. Penguin.
Maybe
they'll treat you real respectable like.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there, folks. But yeah,
it's Nudie Magazine Day. Stop looking at me, Swan.
Iron Cat, and we're not. Yeah, there's so many that he's done this so bad.
Squeaka. Shampoo is better. I go on and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I keep the hair silky and smooth. Really?
What is that?
Stop looking at me, Swan. That is him in the bathtub with like a swan faucet, and he's got the shampoo and he's got the conditioner, and he's like fighting with them, and then he notices the swan spout, the water spout is looking at him, and he's like, "Stop looking at me, Swan."
What movie is that?
Billy Madison.
Oh my god.
So Billy Madison is so stupid that his dad had to like get him through every single grade. He had to like pay the teacher. He had to do whatever to get him through school. Well, he finds out if he wants to grow up and be a really real boy, he's got to go back and graduate because he's so stupid.
That's awesome. I'm just waiting now that I know that part. I'm waiting for it to turn into something like it did in Hot Fuzz, where there's an even funnier part after. Like,
he's trying to get it in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so bad though. I don't even know how to put this into words.
Oh, I love Billy Madison. It's one of his favorite. It's one of his best movies. This is back when he was funny.
I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better.
Oh my god.
He's fearless, and that's what makes it good. He's fearless. It's completely fearless. We'll get there with Billy Madison during the summer, folks. The summer of Sandler is coming for sure. So,
what part of the snake just we eating?
So what we need to do is we need to get like a template. It's like a talk hard template somehow, and it'll have like the 4 posters of what we're going to cover that month or something, like the 4 or 5 little things. We got to figure out a way to do that. So it has to be a template, so it's easy to update. So
maybe just a simple like movie theater marquee.
Kind of, but it's got to be big enough so you can see what it all is. So, yeah. I want to say hey to Princess Leia Rose and Squeaka Giggles. Hashtag Squeaka Giggles.
I'm muted, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you do not need to mute. It makes me happy knowing that you're happy. Because silliness makes us happy. Ironcaster, I haven't gotten to Mech Night yet, so I got to catch up tomorrow. You'll be on 1.5, 2 speed to catch up. So, brother, what's going on? How's the schedule look the rest of the week today?
Oh, this week's going a little crazy. Got hanging out with T-shirt here tomorrow, or well, no, hang out with T-shirt here about an hour or so, and I don't know. Maybe I'll just do some random streams during the week. I got a couple. I got queued into a couple of random games that are just kind of insane enough that like I got to go try the demo out and maybe be worth streaming.
How was T-shirt doing? I heard that he got locked in a room by some kind of like pissed off goat. I don't know what happened, but
he hasn't been able to come out and play too much lately. And we're trying to find the key, but I think it might involve cutting some deal with El Perro, but I don't know if it's
puppets. Ooh, squirrely out there. Squeeka, what's going on? Guys, got plans the rest of the week? No, we still got any laugh.
What's your shampoo doing, Squeeka?
I'm not gonna say what my shampoo does. But the conditioner does it better.
Silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really?
Stop and see the swan. Stop looking at me, swan.
I know.
We broke Squeeka.
I'm sure Beard and I will do something maybe this week. With 7 days to time. Oh no. Sorry.
Our work here is done, folks. That's the best. We broke Squeeka. It's the best. She muted herself because she can't stop laughing is what's happened. So, yeah. That's good stuff, guys. That's really, really good stuff. So, I've done a couple videos. The problem I'm having right now is the time to remember to post and promote and let everybody know what I've been doing. So yes, I did a couple news stories. I did a thing about the D&D TV series, which I assume T-shirt and others like yourself, Ironcaster, will talk about for sure. So let's see what else. I got to do a video about the comic situation over at DC because it's an absolute dumpster fire. And Jurassic World, man, Jurassic World. Their idea of talking positive about the film is talking about how they're incorporating all of these other movies like Star Wars and Aliens into their inspiration for their fictional dinosaurs that they're thinking up. And so any of us want to see that and not just real dinosaurs. So, yeah,
I don't want to see the D-Rex.
I don't want to see
Can we
any
not do the D-Rex?
What? What?
The D-Rex. I'm not kidding. It's like it walks on all fours.
It's like a Rancor. Look, he called it like a Rancor inspiration. Did you see that? You heard about the Xenomorph one? Like a Xenomorph inspiration. Like they're just
what?
They're just they're just retarded. Like it's just why would you want? Yeah, I don't know. Everything you can imagine that is just out of the crazy. I basically said in my video, someone went into the room after watching Alien Resurrection and go, I got an idea. It'll just be the lab of all the stuff that went wrong. That's what we'll do. And get Scarlett Johansson. Just throw a whole bunch of cash at her. She'll do it. And you're like, yep, that's what they did. Her and Mahershala Ali, because they fired him from Disney because he can't do Blade. So they hired those two. It's like, that's what they're going to do. They're going to have all the general animals, and they're going to have a pterodactyl the size of an F-16 and this Rancor creature and a xenomorph type creature. And it's just...
There's an even newer island this time.
Yeah, it's another island where this
how complicated is this? Just let's start letting dinosaurs get loose, and we have stories to tell about that.
They're already loose.
People will be happy watching stories about like raptors chasing after people. Like at this point, the cat's out of the bag. Pterodactyls coming down, swooping down on people's cats. Like this is come on, easy stuff.
There was a T-Rex in San Diego.
I've seen no Jurassic Parks, and y'all aren't selling me on them, guys.
Oh, the first one's good. First one's the only one to watch.
Great.
Loki, we should do fanfic. All right, we're gonna make our own. Loki, we have to make a Jurassic Park movie. We have to. Okay, here's my pitch. Okay, we're gonna do it. A found footage film where it's like we find this, and it's the videos of this person that's been trying to be a documentarian about it all, and he goes around, and you have all these different attack sequences that he's filmed where they're everywhere. They were let loose by the clone girl. Remember, they're freaking everywhere. So you're just going to have
you
found
can do
footage
news
videos of
snippets.
raptors running through like a parking garage, taking people out of these cars and just shredding people, and a
They
T-Rex.
had balls. That's what they would have done.
Yeah.
Okay, I
That's what you
love
do
where this is
next.
going, and I just want to make one minor suggestion to this. We kill Logan Paul.
Oh, he's the first one to get eaten by the T-Rex.
He would sign
that
up
gets
for
out.
He would sign up for a role. He would sign up for a scene.
He's gonna try to box he's gonna try to box a Velociraptor, and it ain't gonna go well.
That'd be great. Yeah, it's just it's just.
And
it's so-
Jake's got to be there too. Jake can get ripped apart by compies. I want to see Jake Paul get ripped apart by little compies.
And then we bring in Mike Tyson, and he wins.
I think we could probably AI our way into this film and make more money than we would what they're going to make. That's how bad all these concepts are. So
You don't like Jake Paul getting eaten by compies?
Yeah,
I
I'm down
love
with
that
all that.
idea. Don't know who that is, but I'm down.
He's a YouTuber that has like 10 million followers that is up his own ass 9 ways from Friday.
I want to see.
He's the guy who took the camera into the dead forest.
The dead forest, yeah. Can we have a pterodactyl feed destiny to the baby pterodactyls? Because that would bring me joy and happiness on the inside. Like it's just.
I love where you're going with this.
But why would you do that to the poor baby pterodactyls?
Well, because he probably tastes like chicken on the inside too.
He tastes like conditioner.
Well, we can't taste like that if he's a.
That was good. Saw what you did there. Oh, that's so good. So, all right, that's good. It's a good fun time. Glad we got a chance to watch Hot Fuzz, and we'll definitely do at World's End before the year's end, probably in the late summer or the fall. We'll get that one and wrap up the Cornetto Trilogy, as it's known. And then we probably will next year. We'll throw in a couple of the other ones. We'll probably do Paul or something next year. We'll just throw something like that into the mix because it's just mindless, silly enough that fits the theme. I know Ironcaster's got a ton of these comedies kind of on there. I keep trying to find the right balance where we're not doing. So I haven't really picked anything to fall into Turtles yet, guys. You guys have to decide. I think The Great Escape is probably high on the list.
Yes, you'll cry, Squeeka.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
On Ninja Turtle?
No, on The Great Escape.
It's Great Escape. You will cry your eyes out.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. But it's worth it. It's a good film. And then silliness scale, probably Zoolander is probably at the top of the list.
Oh yeah, I've got to watch that one.
And then Loki and I have a surprise film we've never told Ironcaster that we want to watch. So Loki and I have conspired secretly. So we're going to throw that on the list. Well, I don't even want to let anybody know. I just kind of want to just schedule it and just give you guys the link and then just go. Because you're not going to be able to stream it. I don't think it's streaming anywhere. So I'd be happy to just do that one.
Zoolander was the crazy blue steel one, right?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, sweet.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
My man.
I think I got the black lung pop.
Oh my gosh. The gas station scene. The gas station scene. I think I peed in the. I just insane.
Better than the conditioner scene.
It was just. Insane.
It's not every day your closest friends die in a freak gasoline fire accident.
And then there's a statue that they make to their tribute. I absolutely lost it. Zoolander was just gold. I have not watched Zoolander enough. I don't know why. I don't even know why I didn't make the mix.
How can the kids learn how to read if they can't get into school?
My God. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Of course, if you do want something a bit more serious, there's 30 plus James Bond movies.
No, there's no villain greater than Mugato. Prison changed me. There's no villain greater than Mugato.
I have to do a video about the state of Bond. I know Loki, you guys talked about it a little bit this morning, and Barbara Broccoli and I need to go at odds because until she's out of the way, I'm not sure we're going to get good Bond again because she's completely.
Well, wait a minute. In her defense, she's the one calling Amazon a bunch of idiots and saying we can't have a female James Bond.
Well, she's also the one calling for no guns and GoldenEye. So
I understand that.
Yeah, she's crazy too. Yeah,
I understand that. But right now, she is the only thing that is stopping Amazon from coming out with Jane Bond. She's the only thing. So I'll go with eccentric crazy lady that's like, no, I don't want to turn our male hero into a feminist crazy lady that throws her tampon in the bin in front of him, over we want to create a crazy feminist lady that wants to throw her tampon in the bin in front of him in his office in the middle of a scene. No,
I'm
thank
with
you.
you. I don't want any Bond. I want to do a video about. There's a huge. I mean, Bond used to be the thing, and it's just not a thing anymore. No one cares. And
No one cares.
And Disney's just as bad, right? And I don't know if you guys know, in the new Captain America, we get another Black Widow character, right? And they didn't cast an actual widow; they cast another 5 foot, 120-pound actress. It's so absurd that, again, right out of the movie, like,
Well, you bought it with Scarlett Johansson.
of course, because she's not a 5 foot, 120-pound broad. She's actually bigger than a toothpick. Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde is more like a Black Widow than these people that they're character. You know, it's all, the world's still not fixed. We still got a long way to go to get all this stuff out of the system. So,
right. Yeah. The issue with that is they want to try to be timely with politics, but the ground under their feet moves too fast, and they also like want to play it safe at the same time, which they just can't do it.
Well, look at you brought up Cap. Just look, this film's not going to come anywhere close to $1 billion. And they need every single one of these movies to hit $1 billion. And what are they doing? And that's what everybody should be talking about. Instead of going, oh, it's never going to make more than 100 million, or oh, it's never going to make more than 80 million, or any of this stuff. Just, I mean, be honest. Disney needs every single Marvel movie to make $1 billion. It's obviously not going to make $1 billion. I don't think it's going to make its money back, but I think
that it's going to be really hard pressed because the normies are talking about how bad this movie is. You know, I didn't give them money, but I've seen the movie, and I'd be more than happy to tell people how bad the movie is. And people that are on the fence, they're just like, they're meh anyway. So yeah, it's a mess. The world's a mess. That's why we're talking about some good movies. Good movies. I enjoy our good movie run. I'm enjoying it. So, Westworld next week. Westworld. It's a fun movie. Gosh, I haven't watched that in forever. Looking forward to it.
The Gunslinger.
Indeed. Well, folks, you guys take care out there. Be blessed. Till next time. Talk hard, and we'll see you then.
Take care.
Thank you for tuning